Welcome back, all my wonderful Courage, Confidence, and Connections podcast fans. I'm Janice Debo, your host. My guest today is Ashley Dodge, and we're just going to have a great time today. It took me a while to convince her she could do this, so now we're going to have fun. And if either one of us talks funny today, it's just the weather. Who knows? But welcome, Ashley.
Thank you. And speaking of the weather, we have our first fall breeze today. So
Oh,
I went outside and went for a beautiful walk. Well, then it started raining. And so in Arkansas, it's humidity. So I have like poof hair now. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. There's no stopping it once the humidity hits and starts. So you get to enjoy my wild hair today.
I love it. I do. It's a funny thing, funny story about hair. When I was in North Carolina, I had to keep my hair permed, whatever length it was. I had to keep a perm in it because of the humidity, and it's very fine and very straight naturally. So what do? I got my hair done before I went to Colorado. Colorado was okay. I didn't have any trouble. When I landed in Oregon, however, that perm turned to full on frizz, and my because it's so dry here. I thought, now wait a minute, shouldn't it be the opposite? But it wasn't. So
Yeah, that's weird. You would think
I,
so.
I know. I never had frizz in North Carolina where it was humid, but my hair was always easier to deal with. But I get out here in this dry weather. Oh my goodness. Yeah, different world.
Oh, I used to try to straighten my hair when I was a teenager in Arkansas, and that's just a disaster waiting. I mean, I would walk outside and minutes later, it was like wavy and frizzy, and I'd have to go back and on my poor hair, what we put it through to try to be something we're not, I'm
Yeah,
just glad I'm past that phase.
I know. And I always wanted hair like yours. I always wanted natural curl, but
We always want what we can't have, right?
yeah, I know. I know somebody the other day was commenting on mine, and I'm like, well, this is what I got. And
Hmm.
yeah, I let it grow long finally. I thought it manages better. There's something about longer hair. You can throw it, put it up, you can do all kinds of wild stuff. And this is not a hairstyling podcast, by the way, guys. We're just
Sorry,
having
we're so off topic.
we're just having girl time chat. All right, so let's get to Ashley's life because you have a wild life. I follow you on social media, and girl, I don't know how you do what you do, but I want you to tell our listeners a little bit about you and talk about something that, really means something to you, and then we'll jump into your business later.
Okay. Yeah, I have a very clumsy life, is what she means. I'm always hurting myself, just naturally accident prone. It's always been a thing. But now I just put an entertaining spin on it. I'm like, it's already going to happen. We might as well all laugh about it. So, let's see. I am 34. Think about that. 34 years old. And I was born with a terminal disease, and I don't share that to get pity or anything from anyone, but because of that, it has given me a really beautiful outlook on life that you don't really get without that. So, my dad was a pastor growing up. Him and my mom were really good about sheltering me from what I had. So, in my mind, I didn't have any limits as to what I could do. I would go to band and try to play an instrument, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't hit that lower note because my lung capacity, it's a lung disease, my lung capacity wouldn't hit it. We never talked about like limits. My mom and dad said, well, just keep trying and you'll get it eventually. And so I was like, okay. And then I did competitive cheerleading. And
Wow.
I noticed, some things were different and harder for me than it was for others, but I never tried to figure out why. I was always, and that's because of my parents, they were very good at not keeping me sheltered in a bubble or even realizing, like, I remember the first time I had a sleepover with one of my friends, I had to bring my therapy treatment vest. And I was like, where's your vest?
Oh,
And she was like, I don't have a vest. And I had to come home. I was like, Mom, other people don't do this. And she was like, no, you're special. I was
oh,
like, oh, okay. So, like, we literally didn't really discuss what it was. And I think because of that, it's allowed me to live a whole different way than a lot of people who have what I have live with. So I love that spin that my parents gave me. They're
yeah.
very positive, very loving. And, they just are like, if you want to do it, go do it. So growing up without knowing limits has really shaped me into the person I am. Well, then when you hit with my specific disease, it's called cystic fibrosis. Every person has a different version.
Mhm.
And when you hit a certain age, things kind of start changing. Like our life expectancy used to be teenage years.
Really?
Then it grew to 30s, and now we're like in the 50s, which is great. I mean, technology and medicine and all that has advanced our lifespan quite a bit. But when when you have someone, because my mom and dad always took me to my doctor's appointments, right? I had to go every 3 months. Well,
Mhm.
then when I became an adult and got married, I had to go on my own. And then the doctors were like, you can't do this. You're gonna die this, you're gonna die that. And I was like, I was so shocked. I was like, Mom, what are they talking about? And she was like, well, everyone has a different opinion. I was
Exactly.
like, I was like, okay. And she said, we're not going to believe that. You're going to live longer than all of us and you're going to have a great life. So it doesn't matter what the doctors are telling you. We know what's going to happen. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. But then I have experienced severe sickness. I've been hospitalized several times. Um, I've even died twice. So that's
Oh
fun.
my gosh.
Got two experiences there. One was super fast, and one I was like on a ventilator for 4 days. So, but all of it has been, I don't know, it's been kind of cool to experience because when you live like you're dying, you don't live with regrets. You parent different. Like I want my kids to see me at the fullest I can be. I mean, because anybody could die tomorrow. It doesn't matter if you're healthy or not. Like you never know.
Right.
So, not that I want anyone to like go out there and be like, I could die tomorrow. I got to do everything today. But the point is, you should definitely, if you can change your mental thought on life, because we're very programmed to feel like we have to be sick, we have to be poor, we have to be limited.
Yeah.
And it's a simple mindset shift, which is why I love talking with you anytime because that's what you're all about. Your journal was fantastic. I love going through that, especially the overboard part. That was my favorite. I love that movie and I love the remake, which is very rare to love the remake, but I love the
Yeah,
remake
I haven't
too.
seen the remake.
It's cute. I like the actress in it, Anna Faris. She's kind of like a silly comedian actress, so we vibe. But anyways, so yeah, that's basically my story. I have a very different outlook on life, and I wouldn't change it for the world because it made me exactly who I am. It made me very, very strong, very resilient, and yeah, I love life because you never know when it's gonna be the end. So just love it while you're here.
Well, you embody my theme. You have just shared courage, confidence, and connections. Your parents, give them kudos without question. I was a
I
preacher's
do.
daughter too. I don't know if you knew that. My dad was a preacher.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we moved all the time. So what I came out with was the ability to, and if you in reading my journal, you probably did notice, maybe you just didn't remember it, but we moved a lot, and I had to learn resilience and courage to make new friends. The ability to connect people came naturally, but I hadn't. I mean, I think I knew you might have had that. I might have known you had that disease, but I didn't know for sure. What I
Yeah.
what I appreciate is your ability to that your parents didn't put negative expectations on you. Well, you're only gonna live till you're 30 and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And doctors are fine for people, but there are other
Yeah.
ways. And I have a lot of guests on here that embrace a lot of other ways, let me tell you, about life. And that is awesome. Now, in addition to just, yeah, you say you're clumsy. That cracks me up. That's not a disease, girlfriend.
No, it's a gift. I could teach you.
It's a gift. Well, if you knew how many falls and little things I've been through, including getting thrown from a horse, yeah, I have to go. All right, I'm not clumsy. I just don't pay attention all the time. So therefore, living in the present moment, like you were just talking about, is the way to embrace life. let's talk about your kids because your life is more than just
Mm,
business and a husband. Tell Talk to our audience about that amazing daughter of yours. She blows me away, and I want our audience to know the fullness of your life.
Man, my daughter is more responsible and mature than I am. I tell people all the time, I'm like, you want her to babysit, she's way better than I would be. And she is way more diligent at her skincare than I am. I'll like do it, when I'm in the mood, and she has a checklist
Oh my
that she
goodness.
follows. Yes, it's so cute. She writes it out every day and checks it off with her morning routine. She's a competitive soccer player. So we're at the age, she's 12. So we're at the age of, if you're not working on your foot skills and core training every single day, you cannot keep up. So every day after school, she gets a snack, and it's usually like a smoothie or something healthy. She's gotten what I love about her, and I didn't necessarily instill this in her, so I'm not sure where it came from, but she likes to figure things out on her own. So she will go and like look up on Google. We tell her all the time, if you need to know something, go to Google and see what they say, and we'll adapt and see how it works. So she'll go to Google and figure out like natural recipes. She even has like a skincare recipe she used from white rice that she likes. I don't know. She does the craziest things.
Wow.
But what I love is she takes initiative to do it herself and experiment and see what she likes. So she found this YouTube soccer channel that has footwork drills. So she'll go outside and do that on her own. And then she made the Olympic Development Program for soccer. It's called
Really?
ODP. Yeah. Every state has one. And so, first off, you have to try out with every kid in the state. And they pick, I think it's like maybe 20 kids out of the state. So she made the team. We were just thrilled. And then from there, we went to our first competition, and it was in Tennessee. And then they picked another handful from there to pull to the next event, which was Murfreesboro. And it was a
Oh yeah.
semi regional event. Well, she made the Murfreesboro one. Then from there, they pull you to North Carolina. So she made the North Carolina event. And a lot of people aren't making this, so it's very impressive that she has. Now from North Carolina, the next one was Florida. She did not make that one. We just found out a few days ago she didn't make it. But what I love is when we told her, like, yeah, you're not on the list, she didn't make it, and she was like, I had a feeling. She said that competition was tough. I'm just gonna have to try again next year. And I'm like, that's right, it's absolutely right. Like, we'll just try again if you're enjoying it. And she did. It was a really cool experience. And so she's just, I don't know, she is such a great combination of me and my husband. My husband he's my third child, is what I like to say, my giant one.
Aren't they all?
Yeah, he's like 6 foot, 260 pounds, and I'm 5 foot, 112 pounds. So we're quite the difference there. But him and I met when I was 7. And we started dating. My mom made me wait till I was 13. So we started dating when I was 13. But when we were 12, we were like best buds.
Oh,
And then we've been dating ever since. I got married 2 months before my 18th birthday. So I was
wow.
17 because my birthday was in December and I wanted an outdoor wedding in October. And I didn't want to wait a whole nother year
Yeah.
because I was like, life's short. Like, I'm ready to go. This is my person. And, everybody says, you're going to get divorced. There's no way that marriage will make it. And I'm like, guys, you don't understand. I'm like, he's my person, man. Like, when I was sick, he was there for me. I was there for him when his dad was going through some issues that he probably wouldn't want me to say. So the point is that we were just there for each other, and we were friends first. And here we are. I think this October we'll be married, I think 17 years, if that's right, which is crazy because people don't even think I'm 17 years old
Yes.
most of the time. They're like, where's your kid's mom? Or they don't say your kids, but like I'll be with my kids and they'll be like, where's her mother? And I'm like, oh, that's me.
That's adorable.
Yeah, they think I'm like the nanny or something. And I'm like, I'll take it. But so he has a really good outlook on life as well. So him and I are really good together. And I think it's a blessing that we, are still together and raising our kids together. And then my son's the polar opposite of my daughter. So he is a mess He is crazy. He is constantly rebelling. He is
Wow.
the balance set. I'm like, okay, you know, you think you're a good parent. You're like, oh, I've got this, man. Look at Grace. She's perfect. So you have another one. And then God's like, ha, try this one. And I'm like, okay. So he's a mess express, but he's a lot of fun, a lot of energy, very exhausting, but it's really fun to experience both worlds. So I'm very, very happy, especially with me when I'm not even supposed to have kids. So, like they told me, you know, if you have kids, there's a 30% chance that you'll both survive.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't care. I want to be a mom. I always have. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm going to have kids. And they're like, well, like your body can't. I'm like, watch me. So I'm very stubborn. I'm going to get what I want. So we had two beautiful children. The first one was easy. The second one about killed me.
Oh,
It was a rough one, it really was. And he actually ruptured from my cord and came out not breathing. They had to resuscitate him.
hmm.
And we were on the operating table for 3 hours with him for the C-section, which is like unheard of, you know. So he was definitely started out as a mess and stayed that way. But he went into kindergarten this year, so he's
Oh,
all excited to be a big boy and all the things. But yeah, my daughter's she wants to be a soccer player as of right now because she's really loving it. She made the top team in the state here for her normal season. We travel. We have to go to in a couple weeks. We're going to St. Louis. We got to go to Texas, Oklahoma, Florida. Gosh, I don't even know. But we stay busy,
hmm.
and she does her schoolwork. She's a straight A student,
Wow.
manages soccer. I mean, she has to practice 3 nights a week with her team, and then on the off days, she's practicing with herself as well. And so, yeah, she's definitely a go getter.
Oh boy. Whoever she marries, watch out.
I know.
She'll
I know it.
she'll definitely help him to be.
A better person, probably.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I knew you traveled a lot with the soccer. Here's a funny story for you. I interviewed somebody from, where is she from? South Africa the other day. And she in her, what is she? She's got grown kids now, I think. I believe she's probably in her 50s. She just took up soccer and
Oh,
she wasn't gonna do a team or all that, but she got drafted. So I'm like, and what else do they do? Oh, skydive? No, is that one? I had somebody that I interviewed that their whole family does skydiving. So
I'd love to do that.
see, I would too. I really want a hot air balloon ride. That is one of my go-tos. I want to get in a hot air balloon, and I'm sure I will at some point.
Yeah, I got to do a hot air balloon ride once out of Branson, Missouri, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet it's
We took my grandma. It was on her bucket list, and she'd never been on one before. And it was a couple years after her husband died, so she was like, "I want to do this before I die." And we were like, "Well, let's go do it. Like, what are we waiting for?"
that is fantastic. How old was she when she went?
Oh gosh, she was late 70s
Oh, good for
because I
her.
know she's like 84 right now. So
Good for her.
yeah,
Kudos. Kudos. Yeah. You've just had a magical life, and I think that's awesome. And I
thank
love
you.
how transparent you are about, all the goofiness and the fun, because like I said, I follow you. And Davy, oh my goodness, he is a character. He
Oh
is
yeah.
he's such a character. He keeps everybody entertained on Facebook, I think.
Well, we had to go to a back to school pool party, and oh my gosh, Janice, I forgot to bring his life jacket, and he can't swim, right?
Oh.
And I was like, way to go, mom, showing up to a pool party without a life jacket for a kid who can't swim. So if you think you're a bad parent, like I've got this covered. And so what I saw a kiddie pool, and then there was a big pool. So I was like, okay, go in the kiddie pool and stay there, right? I know you're safe here. We don't have to worry. I'm sorry I forgot your jacket. It is what it is. So I put him in there and I like walk over to sit down. I've never been to this person's house. It was like the whole kindergarten class was there to meet each other. It was really sweet. And as I sit down, I see him fall under the water. And I'm like waiting for him to stand up because he's in a kiddie pool, right? And I was like, and then I saw his arms flailing, and I stand up, and he's trying to scream, and like water is spilling out of his mouth. And he's just like wailing like this, and he's like drowning right in front of me in a kiddie pool. So I
Oh,
had to, I jumped up. I was in like full normal clothes. I didn't bring a swimsuit. And I jump into this kiddie pool and I sink down. The water comes up to my chest. What I didn't realize is in the center, there was a drop down, but there was a shadow there. So it looked like it was flat, but there was a sinkhole in the bottom that was there purposefully. Like it's almost like so you can put your feet there and sit on the ledge kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So he had gotten stuck in the sinkhole and was actually drowning. And I had to like dive in and get him and like cough the water out of him. And the point of the story is when he finally caught his breath and we got all the water out, everyone, it's like dead quiet, right? Because they're all like, is he going to live? You know, and it was crazy. And it's dead quiet. And Davey goes, oh, did you guys see that?
Oh
I
no.
almost drowned.
Oh,
And
that
then
is.
everyone starts laughing. I'm like, yes, we all saw it. He goes, my heart is beeping so fast, Mom. He said beeping. I said, mine too, bud. Trust me.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad
So he's
he's
a
okay.
mess. And then he had
Yeah,
to
but
call everybody, all of his grandparents and cousins. I almost drowned. It was awesome. And I'm like, no, it
it was not
wasn't.
awesome. Yeah. No.
So yeah,
You
he's a
know,
mess.
no, there's no telling what he's going to want to be when he grows up, right?
It it's definitely, I think, something with his hands because he loves to build.
Oh,
He'll
good.
go outside and stack the most random things. And his dad is a contractor who builds houses. So he just loves building with his dad or driving. He wants to be a monster truck driver, is
Yeah,
what he said this year on his back to school sign. So who knows? It'll
that's
be fun though, whatever it is.
no kidding. He'll be entertaining. I don't know. Sounds like he could be a comedian too to me,
I
but
think so.
oh my goodness. Well,
He is the funniest dude.
you have a wild life. I want to spend the next few minutes because we go about a half hour on this, and
Okay.
but we're about halfway through, I think. Anyway, I want you to talk about what you do professionally because in between soccer and Davy and your husband's name, I can't remember.
David.
Oh, David. Okay. Well,
He's the third. My son's the fourth. I lost that battle.
yeah,
I tried to go for Paxton. And he was like, nope.
got to
He
be
wanted,
number four.
he wanted the fourth. How can I say no to that? It's kind of cool.
That's funny. But in between all that, you have a very successful, what I consider successful, network marketing business because obviously I'm wearing some of the product and love it. Um,
Yes.
my skin has been never been better, regardless. I've used other things. And so let's talk about that. Go ahead and do some shameless self-promotion.
Oh, okay. You're so sweet. So, do you want me to talk about the business side or the product side?
Oh, whatever you want to do is
Okay.
fine.
So, when COVID hit, I was a server, and that's what I've done pretty much my whole career. I never went to college because I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go waste money not knowing. I have so many friends who are in debt and having to switch their careers and still not knowing what they were going to do. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't want to go down that road, but I never felt shame for not going to college. And I'm not shaming anyone who did go to college. That's fantastic. I think it's great. Just for me, I couldn't figure it out, so I didn't do it. And so, what I love about network marketing is it doesn't matter what your background is. You don't have to have experience with it. You don't have to have any kind of degree to be successful at it. And there's no limit.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a job where like I'm not going to ever be capped out. I want unlimited potential. And so the company I'm with is called New Skin. You may have heard of it. Their whitening toothpaste is pretty famous. The LumiSpa is a face cleansing device. Their selfless tanner is popular. Bronzing pearls, like Janice is wearing. And so they have really great products. They use clean ingredients. They test all their products at the maximum capacity. So all their supplements, you can't get trace toxins in them. And trace toxins build up after 3 months, so the product quits working, and then you're placeboed into thinking you're still getting the results. So a lot of companies or products out there, they test them at an S4 level, and we test ours at the max of S6. So the standards behind the company, the heart of the company, the organizations they have, the fact that they've been here for over 40 years, they're in 50 plus countries. I mean, they're just, if you know anything about network marketing, I think it's over 50% of new companies that start off will fall off and close after 5 years. So it's a hard niche, to be in and succeed. So the fact that Nu Skin's still here just really says a lot about their integrity and everything. So COVID hits. I'm a server full time. I loved serving, man. I loved messing with people and being silly. And I was good at serving. I could take a good section and I was like, oh, man, I even wrote a book about it to help other servers on how to learn the
Wow.
steps of service. And when I was in Colorado, my work, I worked at Mimi's Cafe, great French restaurant. And my boss was like, "You're so good at like training other servers. We want to send you to corporate to learn how to train trainers." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And little did I know that in doing that, it was building me up for the career that I have now. Because what is network marketing except teaching and training someone how they can do it around their lifestyle, their schedule, all of it. So I loved training. I wanted someone to feel so confident when they walked out to their first table and they just knew what to do. And so I was, like I said, really good at serving. I made great money at it. Messed a little too hard with certain people, made other people too mad. Just depends on the personality. Some people have no humor at all, and you'll figure it out real quick.
That's very
So
true.
you got to learn to zip it. But where's I going with that? So in learning and to train trainers for my work, it has made me just really flourish in what I do now. So when COVID hit, our restaurant shut down and I had no idea what to do. I was like, we closed. My husband was the kitchen manager at the time of the same restaurant.
Wow.
Excuse me, because he loved cooking. He like took classes and was really good at it. Way better than me. I don't know if you ever see my posts about my cooking, man. I'm always joking about things I burn and
Yeah.
mess up. And I just got a new cooking burn right there.
Oh,
That was
yay.
last night.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And there's another one over here that's I did not go away. So yeah, I'm always burning and myself, the food. It's so crazy. So he's way better than me. Um, but we went on vacation. It was spring break. We were in Pagosa Springs with my daughter, who was 5 at the time. We were snowmobiling. It was our first paid vacation ever, right? Because he's a kitchen manager, so he gets his 2 weeks of vacation that's paid. So we were on top of the world, man. And like the second day we were there, we get a call from the owner that they are shutting the restaurant down because COVID hit, sales were plummeting, whatever. And I was like, while we're on vacation, we just lost our jobs. So it was a little stressful. We had already booked the hotel, so we were like, screw it, we're staying. We're going to finish our trip out. We had a great trip. It's one of our favorite on our ever, and my daughter still remembers it and loves it.
Oh,
Um, but it was during that time where I was like, what am I going to do now? Like, COVID's here. Like, we are stuck in our house. We can't go out. I can't go serve. Like, how am I going to make a living? And I fully believe in God, and so I'm just going to mention him.
mhm.
But one of my friends reached out to me, and it was just like God was moving on my behalf. And she was like, "Hey, I know I mentioned this business to you a few years ago." And to be honest, I had never replied to her, and I just blew her off. And we still joke about it. And I'm like, "Sorry, I blew you off for 2 years." And she said, "But I just wanted to reach back and like I just felt led to share with you again." And I was like, "Well, actually, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So if you think I could be good at this, I'll try." I didn't have a dime to spare, but thankfully, this does not cost a cent to be an affiliate. So it's one of like the only businesses in the world that you can start without having to spend a dime and you get everything at your hand. So I love that. For me at the time, I needed that. Otherwise, I couldn't have done it. And so it just pulled our family out of a pit. And man, what I love most about it is it makes me work on myself because your limiting beliefs and doubts will carry into your business and either wreck you or make you. So if you're not willing to like look at yourself and figure out why you're not succeeding, the answers are all in here. It's not out there at all. It's all here.
It's all in us.
So, yes. So I have to constantly look within, work on limiting beliefs, work them out, and continue, moving forward and just trying to be a better version of myself every day. And I've never done that before network marketing because you just, I have this job and you just do it. But so that's another thing I really love about it. So the products are great. The company's great. I have fun. And there was even a point where my husband, I was getting really stressed about stuff. And he was like, if you're not having fun, I'm going to make you quit because this is too much stress for all of us to deal with you.
Oh,
And I was like, he was right. That's why I love that man. Man, he just gives it to me straight. And I can just, you're right, babe. I am in a pity party and I am not going to stay here. So he is really good at helping me pull myself out of a slump. We all go in them. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like anybody's perfect. We have our ups and downs. And
okay.
I feel like he's only in his ups though. Like I'm always like, gosh, you're so positive, like all the time. Like he just has a great outlook on life. So he's definitely always helped me. But when he said that to me though, there was like something in my head like, well, why don't you have fun? I mean, you're already doing this. I've already committed to it. So if I just switched to having fun, I would be a lot less stressed. And so when he said that to me that day, I was like, you know what? You're right. I am not going to go through life and be a cranky person who hates their job, hates their life. And I was like, I'm going to have fun with this. And so I started having fun with it. And then everything just kind of rose. So I love attracting that out in the world. And, I know there's several people who don't like what I do, and that is okay. You have every right. There were some really bad companies out there, and people don't do it the right way. I get it. People have been burned. But for me, when you have the right heart and the right motives, and you're actually seeing amazing testimonies, and people love what you're giving them, like you were saying, you love your skin. That is like great for me because I used to have mouth acne and I hated it because when you're talking to someone, you look at their mouth, right? When they're talking. And so I was really insecure about my mouth. And then I felt like everyone saw my acne and it was so bad. I called it my zitty city. I hated it. And so the Lumisol is like giving me beautiful, clear skin that glows and it's healthy. It feels better than it's ever felt. And I don't even wear makeup anymore because I don't feel like I need to. Like if I want to spruce up, I'll put some bronzing pearls on for fun. But for the most part, I'm like, I don't even feel like I need makeup. And there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup either. I mean, whatever makes you happy. I've just never been a big person into makeup. I've always done it wrong and didn't look right. And I just wasn't a fan of it. So when I got my skin cleared up, I was just so much more confident and happy. And so, like, that's the motive behind it. We're trying to help people with issues with the products that we already use, we already love, we already get amazing results, and we make other people happy. So, when you have so many happy people and just a few negatives, that kind of drowns out these people on this side. You just focus on the ones over here. And then I tell people all the time, like, if you don't like me, quit following me. It's that simple.
I know. I don't.
I'm not going to change.
I'm not going to get on that bandwagon, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I I just kind of I don't. Okay. If there's something I want to look at, I'll look at it. But I just don't.
And if you don't like it, keep scrolling. There's
Keep
no
moving
need to
on.
drop your opinion
I know. I know.
unless they're asking for it. But if they're not asking for it, why would you even drop it? Like,
That reminds me of
who
my ex.
cares?
I had to actually block my ex-husband because he would comment on things and I'm going, okay, I'm done. That's no, no. And he did have an opinion about everything, and obviously one of them was not me. So
Well, it's better to block them and move on so you can be a better version. I block several people too, only when they're trying to bring down your light. We should not have to dim ourselves to make them feel more comfortable. That's not how the world should
no,
be.
absolutely not. When you are very much a shining light, and
No,
you're a superstar in my book. I'll tell you that.
thank you.
You do embody everything this podcast is about because everything you've gone through, you just summon that courage and it's built your confidence up, and the connections that you've been making. And people send people to you because they love it and they love what you do. And I love, I really am. I'm very much a happy customer. This is not a sales pitch. This is very, very real. I'm on camera multiple times a week, and the bronzing pearls have saved me.
Oh, good. I know. They're so great. They're so easy and fast. So it's like if I have a day where I wake up and I'm just looking like I got hit by a garbage truck and nothing's working out, I just throw those on and go out the door. I'm like, whew, all better.
Oh yeah, yeah, just a little lip and eye color and
Oh,
I'm
there
good.
you go.
Yeah. So I agree. But more than anything than the product, it's you that people sign up for, that people are drawn to. And you are a beautiful soul. And we're both PKs. How can we go wrong?
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Miss Janice.
Well, you are welcome. And I'm going to wrap it up, but I want to know if you've got any final advice for our listeners, anything that you want to say in particular, whether it's about life or whatever.
Yeah, sure. I will say for a long time, I struggled with wanting other people's approval. And that is a very big prison to live in. And it is not good at all. And my husband's been so great to work me out of that, but it took a long time. I would say the last 4 years I've finally come into like I just don't care anymore what other people think about me because what they think isn't going to pay your bills, what they think isn't going to shouldn't define who you are. So I would just say for me, when I had to like look inside, I wanted to love myself. And if there was something I didn't like, then I would go find a way to fix it so I could be happy with who I am. So if I could leave with any message, it would be, gosh, please don't let someone take up the room in your head on worrying about who you are as a person because we all have people that we're not going to click with. We all have people we are going to click with. That doesn't make them wrong, doesn't make you wrong. You just got to find your people, man, and stay true to who you are and not change yourself for anyone because it's a miserable place to live. And, we want you happy and confident, and you can't be that unless you're being yourself.
Yep. Every time somebody asks me for a final word when I'm being interviewed, I'll say, be yourself, be you. And
Mm-hmm.
until you're an authentic person, you're going to be stuck.
Yeah, exactly. I tell my girls when I'm training them, I'm like, don't do what I do. Don't be me. You got to be you.
Yeah,
That's just
exactly.
that's what you got to do,
It's,
and everything else will follow.
well, thank you so much. And because I know you've got a deadline, I'm going to, you got to go pick those wild kids up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so everybody, Ashley's information is at the end of the video. You'll be able to get in touch with her if you've got any kind of a skin problem or whatever problem that she
Oh,
can help with.
cool.
She is available and very, very helpful. I highly recommend not just who she is, but what she does. You got my vote all the time.
Oh, you're so sweet. Make my heart happy. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. And listeners, I'll be back with another episode of Courage, Confidence, and Connections podcast soon. Janice Devo signing off.